Good morning, Year 6, and welcome to your Tuesday English lesson. Again, we are still looking at the passive and active voice, okay? So we're looking at the difference between using the passive or the active verb, all right? Just some extra practice. So have a go at doing these now. So you have some sentence builders. I know they're not on your desk, but you need to make 4 different sentences, and don't forget your punctuation. Pause the slide, have a go, and then we'll go through it on the next slide. Okay, so have a check. Milo grabbed the postman's leg. The alien bailed out of the spacecraft as it hurtled to Earth. At night, the fox sneaked into the garden. Yesterday, I ate a full packet of donuts. You may have something different. By all means, show me on your assignments. That's absolutely fine. So today, you're going to explore how using the passive or active voice affects communication. So you need to be able to identify the subject, verb and object. We did a lot of that last lesson. You need to be able to recognise the active and passive voice, which we started to look at last lesson, and then you're going to be able to explain how active and passive sentences affect communication. So that's the extra bit we're going to look at today. So starter, have a go. Now we can't do this, we can't hold up the different parts, but what you can do is you can write me a sentence and you can identify the subject, the verb and the object. Pause the slide and give it a go. Okay, so we've got things like the girl is kicking the football. The girl is the subject, she's the one doing it. Verb is the kicking, and the football is the object because that's having the verb done to it. Okay, and that's obviously the active voice. Okay, the passive voice would be the football is kicked by the girl. All right, or you could get rid of that by phrase and say the football is kicked. So, subject, just a reminder who we are talking about in the sentence. So, Milo. The doing word is the verb, so grabbed, and this is the thing that the verb is working on, so the postman's leg. Okay, so you've got 2 versions of text here. Okay, you need to make the subject, verb and object for each text on your sheet. All right, pause the text and give it a go. All right, here we go. So you can see we've got subject, verb, object, subject, verb, object, subject, verb, object, subject, verb, object. Now you'll notice some of those sentences are more simpler, or are more simple, sorry, and the subject, verb and object are quite close together. Okay, for example, Gary was having a bad day. Others are more complex sentences, so they might have other words in between, but they always follow the subject, verb, object. Okay, you cannot form a sentence without that. All right, and then version 2, you've got your verb, any subject, any object, and then you've got subject, verb, object, subject, verb, object, subject, verb, object. So you need all 3, but notice the order there has changed, okay, for some of those sentences. So look at the sentences that are below, just ignore the fact that it says it's on a worksheet, and convert them from the active into passive sentences. Pause the slide here and give it a go. So here we go. A mum is telling off her daughter. She's angry and wants the daughter to know it. A. Elizabeth, you have smashed my best vase. B. Elizabeth, the vase has been smashed. Tony is telling his neighbour that her cat has been killed. I'm so sorry, a car ran over Tiddles. I'm so sorry, Tiddles was run over by a car. A child is explaining where the cookies went. As I left the kitchen, I ate the cookies. As I left the kitchen, the cookies were eaten.